at my master's. So after graduation, I joined Regions Bank as a quantitative modeler, and my title was Assistant Vice President. So of course, I mean, at the bank, I was mostly involved in building different quantitative models. So what happens is in a bank, it's very important for a commercial bank to understand how their deposits will look like in the future. So all the quantitative models that I was building, usually they were telling, how the balance will grow, or how the balance will decrease or increase in the future. So I guess after working for 18 months at the bank, I joined Charles Schwab as a risk modeler, and my title was manager. Right now, my most of the activities involve building different quantitative models for the brokerage firm. Also, I'm also involved in the automation steps that the company is visioning towards. Any doubts do you have on this thing on the slide? Anything which you wanted to ask? Okay, so moving on. Okay, so the thing is, I have seen like a lot of juniors, they have a misconception of which all people can get into quantitative finance, or let's say who all can get into quantitative finance. So most of what I have seen is people from mathematics or statistics background, computer science background, finance or economics background, or engineering background, right? They can very easily drift into quantitative finance. So if you see, even when you see the prerequisite of let's say most of the master's program in United States, or let's say most of the jobs that you are applying for in the quantitative domain, they will they want you to work on math. Either you have a to have a bachelor's degree in any four of this discipline. See, of course, I mean, it becomes very easy if you come from these disciplines. Let's say, let's take an example, mathematics or statistics. See, if you see any quant jobs, right, there they work a lot on mathematical and statistical concept. So people actually, the firms actually require you to understand good amount of mathematics, be it linear algebra, calculus. I guess level one, level two is what we used to say in our engineering days. So you should have a good understanding of those things. Computer science, right? I mean, see, if you see in the industry right now, machine learning has picked up very fast, big data is picking up very fast. So, and there are a lot of quant related libraries that have been developed. So I feel that someone who's coming from a computer science domain, they will really enjoy being into the quantitative domain. It's just that, see, when you enter into quantitative finance, you should actually enjoy building different models and testing different models. Now, I understand that most of you might not have experience building quantitative models, but again, that is not something you cannot learn, because all the quantitative model, if you see, their base is nothing but either mathematics, statistics, or computer science. It's just that the applications are in finance, but if you see the overall underlying, it's a combination of math, stat, and computer science. So of course, I mean, someone from a financial undergrad or a engineering undergrad, you guys are really good fit for a quantitative finance roles. Any doubts which you have? The thing is, I'll be asking if in case you have any doubts, and if you have, please feel free to ask anything, even if it's a very simple question, please feel free to ask. Okay, okay, thank you. So moving on to next thing. So let's
Someone has
understand before
raised
even
hand
we
actually.
talk about all these big words, quant and quant developers, quant researchers. But even before delving
Excuse
into
me.
all these big terms, let us understand what is quantitative finance. See, now quantitative, and you might have also heard this new term called financial engineering. Now, if you see financial engineering or financial mathematics or computational finance or quantitative finance, these all are the same. These all are the same. Basically, if you see quantitative finance or financial engineering, it is basically a combination of your statistics, mathematics, economics, programming, and finance. Finance is important because all the applications what you are trying to build will be in the field of finance. And that is the main reason we say this as quantitative. Why quantitative? Because we are using mathematics, statistics, economics, right, in this field. And of course, see, whenever you build a model, right, because we are dealing with huge data sets, so we cannot build all these models in Microsoft Excel. Of course, I mean, see, few models are built in Microsoft Excel, but again, programming has now become very sophisticated. There are a lot of libraries that we can utilize so as to make quantitative models. So that's what quantitative finance is. I know, like, you might be thinking, of course, I mean, oh, do we? You can ask any questions. Do you, if you have like any questions on what is quantitative finance?
Excuse me, sir.
Someone has raised
I think
hand actually.
Sure,
somebody had raised hand for asking questions.
sure.
Yeah, Pallav.
Hey, hi. Yeah, please feel free to ask the questions.
Hello,
Yeah, hi.
hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Hi, Pallav.
Hi, good
You
morning.
are audible. Good morning.
Thanks. Actually, I'm a high school student, actually senior secondary school student
Hmm.
right now, and I was to major
Okay.
in economics the next
Okay.
year, right? But as
Right.
I see in India, economics as a major at undergrad level is majorly
Right.
very theoretical, and it's not what quants actually use in real day life. Like the
Right.
syllabus is very old dated, and
Right.
then and I do wish to enter quantitative financial engineering trading at some point of my career. Like then,
Right.
how will it be? Getting into it and leaving a meaningful impact.
See, that's the thing, right? I mean, see, the thing with economics in general is it is very theoretical in nature, because even there are a lot of my batchmates who were basically picking up PhD in economics, and one of the complaint that they used to say is, I mean, economics in general, I mean, it's more of theoretical in nature rather than building quantitative models. So, if in case, see, I understand if you have already picked a bachelor's in economics, what you have to do side by side is you might have a prerequisite. I mean, not prerequisite. I guess you might have electives which you can pursue, right? So make sure that you either take mathematical related electives, or programming related electives. See, I do not know if they if they teach you options, and see, there are a lot of different subjects that have been taught when you pursue a master's in financial engineering, such as options and derivative, fixed income, stochastic calculus. So I'm not sure if these subjects are there in your electives, but make sure to have mathematics and statistics and programming related subjects, so that because see, when you come for let's say if you go for a professional educational degree, a master's in financial engineering, because financial engineering or quantitative finance in general in India, it's very new. It's a very new concept. So not many institutions, or let's say many institutions have picked up very fast. So I will say make sure to have your base good. That is a good base of mathematics, statistics, and programming. That will really help you to further pursue a master's degree in this field. So if your bases are clear, you'll actually understand what's going in the masters. Does that answer your question?
Actually, yes, that answers that, but I want to have a follow up question to that, if
Yeah.
that works.
Sure,
Right.
Pallav. Sure, Pallav.
Basically, what quant usually do is more oriented towards the markets, like how they are flowing, and in what regulating them mostly. But economics,
Right.
on the other hand, is more like forecasting things in the economy,
Right. Right.
right? So, does
Right.
that go well in the long run, or is it like advisable to make a switch after economics?
See, the thing that I'm trying to say is, even if you see, there are a lot of models that we as a quant build, and we take a lot of economic parameters in the model. Let's say housing price index, interest rates, inflations. These are some economic parameters that we actually take in the model. See, of course, economics do help because it helps you in the theoretical picture, right? But when you come in the modeling world, I will say you should have some hands-on on, how the quantitative models are built. And of course, all these models are either related to the financial market or they are related to maybe banks in general, because not every model is linked with the financial market, right? Let's say, as I was saying, while I was working at Regions, we were trying to predict what will be the future deposits at the bank, right? I mean, how much people will deposit. Now, this does not directly relate to the financial market, but but Regions as a company is listed. So it impacts the financial market in an indirect way. But what we were trying to build were more on the deposit world. So I would just say make sure to have some hands-on project. It can be either in the financial market or algorithm trading or some any other, risk management techniques which you can credit risk models or market risk models.
All right. That was great.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure, sure. And also I'll cover different kind of roles that Quant can target. So just hang on for a few seconds. And any other questions?
Sir, sir, I am a second year engineering student.
Mhm.
We had a theoretical course in like on economics. It was majorly theoretical in the second semester. I have
Right,
taken a course on NPTEL, like it is a new course. It is like games and information. Like
right.
we have a definition of Nash equilibrium, strictly dominated strategies, Aumann model, and all of this. So,
Mhm.
uh, do you think this kind of a course would help in the long run if I want to pursue a career in quantitative finance?
See, I would say if the course is trying to teach you how to build a model, now it can be a simple model, as simple as a linear regression model. See, if you see linear regression model, it was built in, I guess in 19th century or late 18th century. But it is so powerful model that we actually use that in most of the concepts, most of the model building that we do at the bank, right? So I will say if the course teaches you something on the modeling world, maybe it can be either how to price or how to value different instruments float that are trading in the financial market. Or so my question would be, is that a course related to the financial market, or is that a course more towards probability theory and something like that?
So it's a course like it is more deviated towards the game theory of economics and also the
Okay.
information science.
See, when you interview, right? When you give interviews, right? There are a lot of questions that have been asked on game theory, because if you see any quant related, if you go for any quant related interviews, they'll ask you a lot of brain teasers. They'll ask you a lot of probability. Game theory can be one of them. So if you know, it is good, but it is not necessary, because I never learned. Even I know a lot of my batchmates who are in other universities, they never learned this thing what you just mentioned. But in general, game theory, yes, it definitely helps if you're up if you're aiming for quant trading kind of roles. Does that help you in any way, Himanshu?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
okay, sure. Any other questions which you have?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you
Hi,
hear me?
Aditya.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Aditya, I can hear
Actually,
you.
sir, I want to ask that is this course relevant for people from non-engineer background? Because actually, sir, although I have good amount of knowledge about finance and trading, but I have zero knowledge about coding and programming. So will it
Yeah.
hinder my no?
See, the thing
Hello.
is, now let's okay, yeah, okay, I understood. Aditya, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So definitely, see, I have seen a lot of, even one of my best friend who was in United States, he came from a bachelor's background. He did a BBA, but then after that he pursued FRM level 1, level 2, and then he came for a master's in financial engineering. See, if you understand, right, if you are from a non-engineering background, make sure that you have a good understanding of mathematics, statistics, and programming. See that these are three things which are very important when you come for masters. And let's say if you go, even if you go for masters, or even if you go in a job, right? Programming is one such thing that will be highly used. So now it depends what kind of roles are you targeting. If let's say you are targeting trading kind of roles, then they want you to generate alpha. Now it depends on you what strategies you are building. But I have seen at least in United States, people are developing strategies in Python and they're trying to backtest it and building different strategy a different a kind of system in which they can execute different strategies. So Python in general will come very handy for you if you can learn that language.
Okay, so should I go with Python first if I want to pursue career in this? Because I'm going to pursue CFA level one in May. I will give exam, and
Okay.
after that I will complete level two and level three. So with
See,
that, should I target programming also?
right. Okay. See, understand, right? CFA, if you see, those are mostly related to either if you want to go in the equity research or equity valuation side, right? So if your
Right.
aim is that, then CFA is good. But if you are targeting quant related roles, then I would say pursuing FRM will be better.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I will look
But
after that.
but one thing, yeah, but one thing, Aditya, I would recommend is see
Yeah.
Python nowadays have a very friendly packages, very friendly. Even there are a lot of quant related libraries that are being built in Python. So so at least if you start learning Python, that will give you a good base of how to build different models. Even most of my batchmates, when they came for masters in US, they didn't know Python, they didn't know programming, but over the course of my masters, everyone picked up programming really fast because Python is very easy to learn also.
Okay. Yes, sir. I will
Okay,
definitely
sure.
go with Python. Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
sure,
sir.
Aditya. Sure, sure. Any other doubts if
Um,
you have?
yes, sir. Good morning, sir. This is Siddesh.
Hi, hi,
So,
Siddesh.
like, yes, sir. My question is that I'm currently pursuing masters in data science and management from
Okay,
India. That is a joint degree course by IIT and IIM both. So, like, our
okay.
curriculum holds all the subjects you have mentioned, like statistics, corporate finance, economics, programming, everything.
Uh-huh.
So, like, my question is
Okay,
that, but our course is designed that for the especially for designation of data scientist. So, like, if I want to
okay.
switch my career to quantitative finance, like, what designation job should I tackle? One, and like this, given that I am already pursuing masters, that too from IIT and IIM. So, is it mandatory for me to do CFI or FRM certificates?
Okay, so a follow-up question will be, Siddesh, like when you said you are pursuing masters from IIT and IIM, so is it an online degree you are pursuing or is it an in the campus degree that you are pursuing?
Sir, it's a in-campus degree, sir. So, like, the data science will be taught by IIT and management will be taught by IIM.
Okay, okay. See, of course, if you see data science in general, it is very handy when you are trying to build all these models because I was also building a lot of machine learning based models for the bank because we deal with a lot of different stakeholders at the bank, of course, right? You will deal with the investment portfolio team, you will deal with asset liability team, or different teams that will be there. And data science, at least I felt that while I was there at the bank, data science was very handy, very handy. So definitely that will help you to enter, at least to get interviews. But see, understand, because it is a quantitative finance role, right? So the interviewer also wants you to understand the finance part of it. So if you could, I would highly suggest to everyone, if you are pursuing any sort of degree you are pursuing, at least try pursuing FRM level 1, right? Because that will actually help you. FRM is nothing but financial risk management. And a very strong part of quantitative finance is risk management because either there'll be, people who will be generating alphas. Alpha basically means they'll be making strategies or trading strategies which can generate, money for the financial institution. And on the other hand, there'll be a risk management team who will make sure that at least there's no risk at the financial institution. So I'll highly suggest to pursue financial risk management if you want to, it is a very soft way to come into quantitative finance track.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other doubts, guys? Okay. Yeah. Siddhesh, you want to ask anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So let me share my screen back. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so understood. So see, the thing is now we have understood what is quantitative finance, right? It's a combination of programming, mathematics, finance, economics, and statistics, right? But now let us understand what is education-wise, if you see any firm, right? Because if you see any job description, they will, of course, bachelor's is a much needed. That is the baseline. You should have a bachelor's, but how will you get a priority, right? So if you pursue a master's in quantitative finance, or if you pursue a master's in financial engineering or computational finance, these all are the same, okay? One or two subjects here or there, but most of it, they are the same. So if you have a master's degree, right, in this field, that will definitely give you an edge. And people who pursue masters in quantitative finance or masters in financial engineering, so when they graduate, these people are actually called the quants. Okay. So having a master's or even a PhD degree in this field will definitely help. Now, I get a lot of questions on LinkedIn that, what coursework should we see in the master's program? So I've listed down some coursework like risk management. So risk in the risk, see after, okay, I'll give you a basic, a storyline. So what happened in United States is in 2007 and 8, there was a big housing financial crisis. There was a big financial crisis that actually occurred in US in 2007-8, due to which people and financial institutions, right, even they understood the concept of risk management, or let's say why risk management is such an integral part of firm, or let's say financial institution in general. So if you pursue something, if there's any coursework which teaches you risk management, right, that is very helpful. Now in risk management also there is credit risk, market risk, counterparty credit risk. These are, liquidity risk, different kind of risk which a financial institution can face. Now, as you know, stock market is one such market, right, which you should understand. But see, like that, options and derivative market is one such market, which are commonly, in which like financial instruments are commonly traded. Now, in the US, fixed income market is a very big. It's like the biggest market, even bigger than the options and derivative market. So understanding of what different fixed income products have been traded in the financial market, this definitely helps. Now, financial mathematics and stochastic calculus. These are some subjects that teaches you the math behind the models that are being built. So you will see different, interest rate models or volatility based models. So these subjects will actually teach you how the models are being built, or let's say what is the underlying mathematics behind different models. Statistics in general, right? I mean, see, statistics will teach you different kind of distribution, like the normal distribution, Bernoulli distribution, binomial, student tree distribution, and Poisson distribution, different distribution, right? Because I'm not sure if you have worked on any financial data, but the first thing that you do after downloading the data is you take a log return, or you calculate the return of the data. Why do you do the log return? Is because you think, you make an assumption that the return should follow a normal distribution, and that's why you take a log return. So understanding of, having understanding of mathematics, statistics, econometrics is nothing but, having different understanding of different time series model like AR, MA, ARIMA, Arimax model, and of course programming in general, it's very important. So if someone teaches you all this different kind of coursework, this will really help you in your master's degree. Now, professional level certification, because I understand a lot of people they cannot pursue master's degree in United States. because it costs a lot. So certification like financial risk management (FRM), right? You can pursue such certification, which can actually help you understand this field. See, now there were few students who reached out to me and they said, uh, does certification really helps in getting into quantitative finance? So my answer would be, see, of course, certification will help you. How? Because we all are from, let's say, engineering background or non-finance background. So if we have certification like FRM, that actually shows the employer that yes, we do have interest in this field. So or let's say, even if you can work on different projects, and if you can have a good understanding of about different financial instrument or financial risk that the financial institution can face, I mean, that would be really good. So, does anyone have any questions? Okay, so moving on. So this is like a very common question, like what are the skill set that are required in quant, right? I mean, because this is like one such question every one of you might have in your mind. Yeah, of course. I mean, we understand that Mehul, from our educational background, that we are good to go, right? Because we all are, let's say, engineers, or we are people from financial background. So we are good with, we do understand about the finance side of it, or let's say the mathematical side of it. But see, our employer does not only look at your background, but they want a combination of lot of different things, right? So let's start with the very basics. So mathematics and statistics. See, if you see all these quant people, right, the quantitative finance people, they have good understanding of mathematical and statistical concepts. See, now of course, I'll not say, oh, you go and revise all the concepts of calculus and linear algebra, and you should revise, you should have each and everything in point, everything on hands. No, I'm not saying that. But if there's some model which actually uses some calculus, so you should be in a state that you should understand that part of it. Or even if you don't understand, if someone explain you that part of the model, you should at least get a sense of what's happening in the model. And same goes with linear algebra, or let's say probability, or any other process in general. So having a, a decent understanding of mathematics and statistics will help you. It's one of the skill set that the employer look after. Second is financial knowledge. See, as I was saying that, in the financial market, right, there are different kind of financial market. Stocks is one kind of financial market, which is also called the equity market. Bonds are nothing but the fixed income market, which is, in the US, it's the biggest market out of all the financial market. And then derivative markets, nothing but options and derivatives. See, if you have a basic understanding, I'm not saying you should have a very strong understanding. No, even if you have a basic understanding about different products that are being traded in the financial market, and let's say what kind of risk does different financial instrument has, or let's say when do we use, let's say, derivatives, or let's say when to use a bond, it is good if you can show the interviewer that you have a decent understanding about these, or at least you are willing to learn about this. It will be really good. And that's why if you pursue FRM, that will actually tell you a lot about derivatives and bonds and about the financial market in general. So programming, right? I mean, see, programming, it's I guess most of you use chat gpt. Even I use a lot of chat gpt. So see, in general, technologies are picking up, and programming, I would say, see, we are dealing with huge data set, be it in any financial world, right? Because if you see, for a trade, let's say you want to target into a trading firm, right? Now trading, for a trading firm, even seconds of data will matter, seconds of data. So if you just think every 15 second, if the you know if the financial institution, or let's say the trading firm, they are loading the data every 15 seconds. Just think, for a day in itself, how much big the data will be. And let's say if I take 10 years of data, how big the data set is. Now you cannot process all this big data in Excel, because the Excel will crash. And that's where Python, or the language R, that comes very handy. So mostly, at least I use Python in my day-to-day, data analysis or model development. So if you have good understanding about Python. And see, I'm not saying you should be a great quantitative developer. No, but now you have to understand: are you aiming for a quantitative developer, where they will definitely ask you data structures and algorithm, or you are aiming for quantitative modelers or risk modelers, in which you should have a medium level of programming skill set. So make sure understand where your skill set lies in and which kind of roles are you targeting. So fourth skill set that that firms in general say is algorithm development. See, of course, a lot of financial institutions, they deal with the market, right? So are you able to develop any algorithm which can help the investment portfolio team, or are you able to automate the trading strategies? So see, of course, algorithm development is not Oh, nice. I mean, it is definitely handy if you know how to develop models or how to develop algorithm which can benefit you. But see, it's just that I understand you guys are fresher, so you might not know everything. But at least I'm just telling you what skill set, if you have, it will be helpful. So this is the last slide for the skill set. Risk management, we spoke about it. I mean, credit risk, market risk, liquidity risk, and I mean, it's in general every financial institution, they try to mitigate their risk. And of course, I mean, there are a lot of quantitative models, right? I mean, uh, I mean, for everything, now the financial institutions are building models for that. So having a good see, my question will be like, how will you build a model? First, you should understand the problem statement, right? Then only you can build the model. So if you understand, what is a market risk, or let's say what is a credit risk, so then only you'll be able to build a model for that specific objective, right? So a good understanding of risk management will help you. Investment strategies, right? I mean, um, if you see quant traders, what or quant researchers, what they do is they come up with different strategies so as to maximize return, right, or at least minimize risk for the investment portfolio. So if you know that, I mean, if you can build investment strategies for the bank, see, these are like different areas. I'm not saying you should have everything. No one can have everything, but at least if you can target one area, let's say risk management, if you can target that, or if you can target algo trading, algorithm development is nothing but algo trading. If you can target that, that would be very helpful. And same as machine learning, everyone knows how machine learning models have been built. So a good understanding of different, machine learning models, decision tree, random forest, XGBoost, a lot of supervised neural networks is picking up very fast. There are a lot of advancement being happening in that space. So at least have a basics of, and see, machine learning in general, it's not very hard. Just 3 to 4 lines of code and you can run the algorithm. But to understand the math behind the machine learning, I mean, I'll not say it's tough, but of course, I mean, in the initial, it takes time. So these are some skill set which I believe will be helpful if you have, to pursue a quant career. So any doubts which you have? I know, like, I've gone through a lot of stuff. So any doubts, anything which you want me to explain more?
Hello, Bia. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah,
Hello, am I
anything?
audible?
Okay, okay. Um, okay, guys, can you tell me? It's just a generic question. Does anyone knows what is credit risk or what is market risk? Does anyone know? Yeah, Ayush.
Sir, actually, somebody was asking some question, so
Okay,
I would like
yeah,
to
please.
remind you about it.
Okay, please. Yeah, please. It's an open floor. Anyone can ask. Yes, Siddesh. Hello. Yeah, Siddesh, you want to ask a question?
Hello, Bhaiya, am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah, you are audible.
Bhaiya, I'm Bharat. So, like in your undergraduate, you said that in your seventh and eighth semester, you got to know about quant. So, Like so you did the courses and then you got a internship in PWD. So was it like that or was it through some other way?
Yes, so what I did was, see, a good thing was, at least when I was in my seventh, uh, I got to know about quant finance in the late sixth semester, or somewhere around in the mid of when I was in the mid of sixth semester. So I got a good mentor because, actually, one of my mentors was basically pursuing masters in United States. So he actually used to tell me, what all topics should I study, or what all projects should I do in journal, so that I can build a good resume. See, to understand, how can you apply for even for internships is basically you should have a good projects in hand, or let's say you should have good certifications in hand. See, it was already sixth semester, and I was also preparing for jobs. So I was practicing a lot of data structures, algorithm, lot of programming related questions. So at that time it was not possible for me to pursue FRM, because FRM in general that takes around 4 to 5 months of hard work and studying, a good amount of studying. So I thought what to do next. So actually there was a mentor of mine. So he basically told me, few projects that I should pursue in credit risk, market risk, algo trading. So I had bunch of projects that I listed, and at that time simultaneously I was watching a lot of YouTube videos on options and derivatives, fixed income, and stochastic calculus. So that overall in general helped me to crack the interview. And of course, see, in the interview they asked me a lot of questions on data science and machine learning, because I did a lot of machine learning stuff when I was in my undergraduate. But at the same time, I had a good understanding about different financial concepts in general. So that 6 months of my time, I worked very hard, just to have right projects in my resume, and through that resume only, I applied at different firms and got selected at PwC.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Okay. Any other doubts which you have, like anything? Okay. So let me share back my slide. Okay. Okay. So let's understand what are the. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Can you see my
Yes, we
screen?
can see your screen.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So let's understand what are the different kind of roles in quant, right? I mean, see, quant researchers, quant developers, quant risk analysts, quant validators, data scientists, and traders are some of the common roles that a quant will basically pursue. But let me make you understand all about all those different roles, okay? And let's say, see, quant researchers, okay? See, quant researchers are very good in mathematics, and they try to build something, they try to build models from scratch. So they are developing or improving mathematical models which can basically predict the market movement, or let's say do valuation of different financial instrument. But understand, all these people, quant researchers, they are either pursuing masters in statistics, mathematics, a very they have like amazing mathematical knowledge. So, and that's why they are developing something from scratch. So, or either they are either they are developing something from scratch, or they are trying to improve some models that are already been built. So these are called quant researchers. Now quant developers. So if you see someone who's coming from a computer science background, right? I mean, they fit perfectly for a quantitative developer role, because see, you should understand, right? I mean, if you see for any trading firm that you are aiming for, right? Who offers you quantitative developer role, right? I mean, they want the code to be optimized. They want the code to be in C++, because Python also that takes time in running, right? If you compare the speed of Python and C++, C++ will win. So they want people who can code in C++ or who can code in Java, basically who can write code in so much optimized way that the trading, let's say the strategies that they have developed, or let's say the buy or the sell trading signal that they have generated, in the code, it should work really fast, and the basically either they can buy in milliseconds or they can sell in milliseconds as soon as the code is executed. So quantitative developers are, amazing computer scientists who know how to write codes and also who understand how the financial market works. Now there's the third kind of role that has been offered, that is quantitative risk analyst. See, understand, as I said, market risk, credit risk, liquidity, operational risk are, different kind of risks that a financial institution face. And like, of course, I mean, everyone wants to reduce their risk. They want to mitigate their risk, right? Um, so that's where all this quant risk analysts will help these financial institutions to reduce risk. Now, let me make you understand what are these risk, market risk, right? See, market risk is nothing but let's say if a financial institution has taken some position in the financial market, right? So, the risk that is associated with that position in the market is called market risk. Now, if we see, there's a very famous line, I guess by some of the insurance or financial company or mostly brokerage firms, this investment uh, you know, is subject to market risk, right? Something like that. There's a very popular, line that runs on the TV shows. So that is what market risk is. I mean, when you invest something in the market, the risk associated with that investment is market risk. To understand what is credit risk, let's say if let's say there's some borrower, right, who's taking a loan from a bank. I mean, the bank has a risk, right? But what if the borrower defaults, or let's say what if the borrower does not pay the bank the money that he has taken? So that is called the credit risk. When there's a credit associated and when there's risk associated with the credit, that is called credit risk. And then there are a lot of credit risk models like the PD model, which is called the probability of default model, in which you basically it's kind of logistic regression model in which you try to basically predict whether the borrower will default or not default. So it's a kind of 0 1, and that's where I said, data science and machine learning, if you know roles like credit risk becomes very handy to target. Operational risk is nothing but risk with the reputation the bank has. So so these are some kind of risk. Now fourth role is quantitative validator role, right? I mean, see, there'll be people who will be building the quantitative models. Now there'll be some people who will be validating the models. So to become a quantitative validator, you should have a very good understanding about the statistical part of it. Let's say you should have, let's say if I'm developing a linear regression model, right? So linear regression has several assumptions. So you, as a validator, you need to check, are the assumptions being met? If let's say some of the assumptions are violated, then why those violation happened? What did the modeling team did to to overcome the violation? Or did if they did not do anything, then you need to raise a flag that this model fails the assumptions of linear regression, and that's why the regression model cannot be used. I mean, this is like one simple example of what a quantitative validator does. Basically, they validate the models. They check if the accuracy of the data is right, if the process that they have followed is right, end result is right. So basically validating each and every step of what quantitative modelers have done. So a quant data scientist, and as I said, right, I mean, if you want to target roles like credit risk or even let's say algo trading, because even in algorithm trading there are a lot of neural networks models that are being built. So such people comes under quant data scientist. Of course, I mean, no one uses the term quant data scientist, but nowadays it's picking up. I mean, data scientist in general means machine learning and neural networks, but again, this term is picking up. Last is quant traders. I mean, these people are the one who are making the profit for for financial institution. Their main aim is to implement trading strategies. So they'll be, and they need to make sure what they are executing is that right. So they work very closely with the portfolio managers or quant researchers, and just to make sure what they are basically when they are trading, it's up to the mark, or if there's any risk associated with it. So, I mean, these are some kind of roles that you can target being a quant. like any questions which you want to ask. So sorry, I know I went through a lot, but if you want to ask any questions. Okay. I'll just wait for few more seconds and then I'll move to the next.
Has someone raised a hand?
Okay. Okay, yeah. Did someone raise the hand?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, Kushagra, you are audible.
Sir, as I'm not from computer science background, I'm from civil
Mhm,
engineering. So,
mhm.
like, what are the roles which I can target for intern?
Okay. So let me go back on my presentation. Okay. So let's say if because civil engineer, I'm not sure. I guess if you have studied a lot of mathematics, but what I feel is you can aim for
In
quantitative risk
first
analyst role.
3 semesters only.
Oh, okay. So you are very early on your career. That is so good. So and that is where all this understanding of which roles you can fit in will really help you. See, first is do you want to I guess I'm not sure. Okay. The first thing is you should understand what these roles are, right? Now you understand in civil engineering, you will not do a lot of computer science stuff, right? So aiming for quantitative risk analyst or quantitative validator role will be good for you. Now to understand these role in detail, you should understand programming. You should learn, let's say data science, machine learning, and I would suggest to pursue financial risk management. That will really help you to enter such roles.
Okay, sir.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So basically, a quantitative risk analyst or quantitative or model validator will really help you, I mean, you can see, of course, there'll be a lot of challenges. Not a single role is very easy to come in, but of course, I mean, if you study about the risk, if you study programming, if you understand different models, you'll be able to do that.
Okay, sir.
Sure. Any other questions which you have? Okay. So so basically, this will be my last slide, I guess. So which programming language should you learn is like one of the most common questions that I get asked. So I'll suggest if you can learn Python, or let's say if you can learn R, that would be great. Now, if you want to aim for being wanted to go for a quantitative developer role, then I would suggest understanding and learning C++ will be good. But if you just want to build different quantitative models, or test different algorithm strategies, or maybe different statistical models, then Python and R, they work really good. And even if you ask between Python or R, I would say Python, because I've seen like most of the people when they enter into the programming world right now, they learn Python. So if you could learn Python, that would be amazing. So I guess that was all that I had for this today's presentation. Now I'll be happy if you guys have any questions. If you didn't understand anything, I know I went through a lot of stuff, but if in case you want to ask, and I'll be happy to answer. Oh yeah, yeah, Kushagra. Anyone any questions? Okay, so one last thing which I want to show you is this is my profile. I'm Mehul Mehta. So basically, I have written lot of posts related to quantitative finance and like how to prepare for quantitative finance, how to make your resume attractive, what are what are different subjects that you should
Excuse me,
study
sir.
for your preparation. Yeah, yeah,
Excuse me, sir.
sorry.
Sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
but I
yes.
think Nilay Ranjan has raised his hand. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt you,
sure,
sir, but I think Nilay Ranjan has raised his hand for a question.
sure.
So
Yeah,
Nilay,
yeah, sure,
please
sure.
go ahead.
Please, yeah, please.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you audible.
This was an amazing center. So my question is there any freelancing opportunities in this field?
Sorry, Neela, can you say that again?
Are there any freelancing opportunities?
See, now freelancing, I'm not sure because I've never worked on any freelancing activities, to be honest. But what people mostly end up doing is they either create investment strategies for themselves, maybe different algo trading strategies through which they can benefit. But I'm not sure of any freelancing because I myself did not explore that thing. So I'm scared that I might not answer that question.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions which you guys have? Yeah, yeah, Likhit.
Yeah, hello. Hi. And
Oh,
yeah,
hi.
my question is that just to have an overview, what does a career growth and career trajectory look like being the quantity?
See, okay, so I'll tell you very honestly, okay. Um, in India, financial engineering or quantitative finance is still very new, right? So if you guys can pick that thing very quickly, then I see a lot of growth opportunities because even I was targeting to one of my friend in India, and I was just asking what does a quant get in. So what salary does a quant get? So he was saying something about 20 lakhs or 25 lakhs. So I mean, I see that as good. I mean, of course, I mean, I understand people expect 40 lakhs, but see, what I'm trying to say is, I mean, the growth in this field it's massive, unbeatable, and at least in the I can speak about US that at least in US I've seen people getting as good as computer scientists or even more than that. So how I see is this space is it's a new space. People are still coming into this space. In India, it's very new. There, even if you see, not many institutions have picked this thing very fast. So I would say if you lead this career, that would be great for your career projection. Sure. Okay. Thank you, Likit. Any other questions? Yeah, Ayush. Sure.
Uh,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sir, I have a special request to make. I have a special request to make from the side of the audience that many people were requesting for your wonderful content which you have prepared. So it would be nice that you could share the PPT with us.
Sure, sure, definitely. I'll share that PPT with you. With you. Sure, no worries. I can share that with you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Guys, any other doubt which you have? Like, I'll be happy to answer anything, even if it's a basic question. I'll be happy to answer that.
So, hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you are audible, Himanshu.
So I just had a doubt that from where do we get the certification for FRM level 1?
See, FRM, it's a global course, and to get the certification, you have to clear the FRM level 1 and FRM level 2. So for level 1 and level 2 both, you will have to clear the exam, and for that, I guess in India there are a lot of institutes that offer FRM preparation. So it's not like it's not like an that you pay money and you get the certification. Instead, it's more like you have to prepare for it and then you have to clear the FRM certification.
Yeah. So, and one more doubt that what must be the
Yeah.
proficiency levels in data structures and algorithms? Like it's increasing day by day. So for quant roles,
Right.
like in India, the when I used to surf LinkedIn, I used to see that the top people on code forces like Rahul Dugar and all used to get quant roles in India. So currently, what's the
Mhm.
proficiency levels needed for quant roles
See,
in
now
data
it
structures
depends,
and
right? I mean, yeah. See, now it depends what kind of roles are you targeting, right? If you, let's say if you're targeting quant developer roles, now if you see if in a trading firm, there are hardly few developers. So whomsoever they'll be selecting, those will be like absolutely efficient people, and that's why these people get lot of good packages. So I'll say if you're aiming for quant developers, you should solve good amount of, let's say, lead code question or hacker rank question. So for DSA, I'm not sure if you've ever heard about Love Bubble, but I have heard about a lot. Even I've seen few of his videos. If you can check that out. I'm not sure if you have heard Love Bubble. He's good. He's good. So you can I mean just to learn DSA you can try, but if you're aiming for quant developers, the efficiency should be high. But if you're targeting, let's say, risk kind of roles or model validation kind of role, then I will say a low level of DSA knowledge will be good. I mean, interviewers are mostly focused on the financial market side and how much you know about the risk with the financial markets.
yeah, yes, clears my doubt. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Himanshu. Yeah. Yeah, Bhumika.
Hey, so I was just wondering, how did you realize this is what you wanted to do when you were in your like a third year of engineering? Because we are all literally facing this question, and it's just very
Right.
confusing.
See, the thing is, I wanted to go into the finance world, right? But since I was from an engineering background, so that became kind of, unachievable, I would say, because I either had to go for a MBA, and I already I didn't want to get into the same race of, targeting all the IIMs, pursuing MBA in finance and graduating from the course, because it's a career switch, right? I mean,
That's right.
engineering and finance, that's a career switch. So I was looking for something, and at back then at PwC, not back then at least for my batchmates, people were talking a lot about finance. We used to discuss a lot about the financial concepts, and I was actually working very closely with one of the professors who were involved in the field of finance. So he actually told me, hey Mehul, you should try quantitative finance. So for me, that term in itself was very new, because I never heard about that term, right? What is I asked him what is quantitative finance. So he said me only this thing: it takes a lot of concept from your engineering and merges into finance. And so that became very interesting, and that's why I thought, let me try this. And that's where I spoke to a lot of people on LinkedIn, people who are pursuing this thing. But the issue with LinkedIn is if you even if you send message to 10 people, hardly one will reply, right? So that is the issue. But I was, constantly reaching out to a lot of people, and finally I got a good mentor, and that's where he guided me what projects to do in your resume, what books to study. But again, it's all the hard work that will help you to get a good job.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, Bharat.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah, yeah, sure, Bharat. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, bhaiya, the exams like FRM or CFA, those kind of exams require the like we can do the preparation by ourselves, or do we need to uh, like join any classes or something like that?
See, the thing is, now it depends. Like, are you someone who likes studying by self, or are you someone who wants a guided instruction? See, if you see, because for me, at least, what I realized was, everything was very new to me, right? So at least I wanted some mentor who can tell me what to read, how much to read, what projects to do, or let's say even for FRM, right? So at least, see, I'll say if you have a mentor, or if you can take some classes, that would be great. That would be great. But if you don't want to spend that extra money, I guess it takes like 20,000 rupees or something like that. So you can do by self study. It's just that it will take more time. But I feel like if you can learn the same thing in less time by giving 20,000 rupees, I would have done that, because in engineering in itself we have so many assignments, quizzes, exams, thesis, project, and all those stuff. So at least someone who can guide you, who can teach you, you just need to take notes and learn. So that would be very helpful.
Thank you, Vijay.
Yeah, sure, Varun. Yeah, any
Hello,
other
sir.
doubts? Yeah.
I want to ask that if someone is good in making alphas, then which role he should target?
See, now, see now you sort of you're saying you're good. Let's say assuming you say you are good with making alphas, right? So in general in India, what will happen is they'll give you a hypothetical, money, and they'll tell you, okay, you have 7 days to make more money. So I guess future first, they basically do a gaming thing in which they'll give you a game and you have to basically play with, you have to generate money. So or let's say you have to generate profit. So if you're good with that, you should try for trader roles.
Okay, sir. And sir, which intern would be ideal? Like,
So see, internship and trading will be ideal if you want to, pursue a career which can generate alpha. But see, again, you are dealing with, let's say, thousands of dollars of money or $1 million money. So no, none of the firm will just give you money like that. You have to prove that, at least you can make profits in the market. And how will you do that? You should actually understand the market for that. So I would say, I mean, if you can do trading kind of roles will be good for you.
okay, thank you, sir.
Sure, sir. So any other questions? Yeah, Rishabh. Hello. Yeah, Rishabh. Rishabh, I guess we are not audible. Any other questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
Sir, I just want to know that what kind of companies do we need to target in order to start our career in this?
So you can target commercial banks, you can target investment management banks, you can target trading firms. I guess more or less, Quant will either work in trading firms, investment banks, commercial or regional banks, or let's say consulting. So these kind of firms you can target.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Also, guys, I have one more thing which I wanted to tell you. If in case you want to, you are looking for a mentor, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you all. Yeah, yeah, Neele. Neele, you are not
Hello.
audible. Yeah, yeah,
Hello.
yeah,
So
Neele.
my question is, I'm planning to go for PhD. So I should continue learning quantitative finance,
Right. Mhm. Right.
and how much time it will take to learn, like minimum or maximum duration, like an average duration, if you could tell.
See, I would say now what kind of knowledge you see. I understand when you say you are pursuing PhD, I think you have done masters, right?
Yes, sir.
So in which field have you
I have
pursued your
done
master?
masters in commerce with a specialization in finance.
Okay. See, then I would say, see, if you are from a commerce background, right, having a good understanding of first, you should understand what are the different financial market. Then you should understand the programming world, right? The data science and machine learning, and let's say even and then you should understand the risk management world. So if you could combine these three, and that's why I said a best way of understanding that would be pursuing FRM level 1, because in that way you can at least cover the risk management part of it. Now, to understand data science, machine learning, there are a lot of courses that are offered on YouTube, which can teach you data science and machine learning and programming in general. So it depends on what level are you at in your preparation. So depending on that, I would say 6 months to 1 year. Because FRM level one will itself take you 4 to 5 months of preparation, and then if I think you do not know programming, 3 months of learning programming, and then again 3 months of learning data science, machine learning, and basically having good amount of projects. So 6 months to 1 year, if you're already in your PhD, I guess that would be a great time to explore other fields also.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other doubts which you have?
Sir, I wanted to ask
Okay.
that what is the cost of clearing the FRM certification examination, like enrollment fees and all?
To be honest, I do not remember, but it's somewhere between $1,000 to $1,500. But I do not remember, buddy, to be honest with you. But you can check FRM level one course structure. It's a very famous, very globally recognized certification. So you should definitely check that out. I mean, but somewhere around $1,000 will be the cost. More than
Yeah,
thousand
it's
dollars
it's
for sure.
$1,000. It's 1,000.
Okay. Okay.
So I have one
So
more question.
yeah.
Do we get a scholarship for doing FRM? Like I applied for scholarship for doing CMA US and I got it.
Mhm.
So can I also apply for FRM scholarship?
I'm not sure if FRM offers you the scholarship. I guess CFA does offer the scholarship, but I'm not very sure on the FRM part.
Yes.
Sure, yeah, yeah, Gaurav. Gauravi, yeah, Gauravi.
Audible.
Yeah, audible, yeah.
So, what kind of projects have you done to get your first internship? And one more question is, can AI replace this job?
No, no. See, of course, AI will not replace job. It will make the jobs easy. See, of course, I mean, when you build a model, AI can also build the model, but I mean, it's kind of, if you see AI have been replaced by content creators, right? People say, but we do see the same creators popping up on Instagram. So it does not replace anyone. It just makes things better. So I'll say don't fear that, AI will replace all of us. I mean, it will make us even better. So that is to answer your question and to answer what kind of projects I had. So I had a group of credit risk projects, market risk project, and few projects on valuation of derivatives.
So, from where have you done these projects? Like Kaggle or
So
something?
yeah, so on Kaggle, I saw credit risk projects. From Udemy, I got to learn about market risk models, like value at risk model or expected shortfall model, and then for derivative pricing, Black-Scholes models and financial Greeks are like, if you can basically build a system which can implement Black-Scholes and financial Greeks, like I had that in my resume, and that really helped me in securing an internship.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sure, sure. So thank you all. I guess for me also it's really late, almost like 12:30 in the night. So uh, I'm I'm happy that I was able to clear your doubts. And if you guys have any doubts, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I hope everyone gained valuable insights and a solid foundation in quantitative finance from today's session with Mr. Mehul Mehta. His wealth in experience and expertise has undoubtedly added immense value to our understanding of this complex field. As we wrap up today's session, I want to express my gratitude to Mr. Mehta for sharing his knowledge to all and I also want to thank all of you for being such an engaged and enthusiastic audience. I trust that you founded this introductory session very informative and inspiring. This marks just the beginning of our 4-week long Quantitative Finance 101 course, and I encourage each one of you to actively participate in it in the upcoming sessions and make most out of this opportunity. So, on the behalf of the society, I thank you all, and let's end the meet now. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and one more thing which I want to highlight, I guess Ayush and I had a couple of interaction about this quantitative course, and I think that that actually covers a lot of core concepts that I was taught in my master's program. So this course that they have developed, it's after a lot of discussion with the quantitative members who are already in the industry. So I'll highly suggest to please understand these topics, even if you don't, because it's of course in 4 weeks they can't tell each and everything, but still try to learn about what models are there, and definitely that will really help you in your quant journey. Yeah, Hirendra. So okay. So thank you, Ayush, and thank you everyone for the smooth session.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure to have you with us, and we would
Yeah,
like to
thank
see
you.
such sessions in future too. Thank you from the
Sure.
entire FEB
Thank
society.
you. Sure. Thank you so much.